Hey guys, welcome back to the Shining Man of Collectibles YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Matthew. I run Shining Man of Collectibles, an eBay store, TCG player store, vendors mall booth to the local mall in town, and soon to be card shows. Vending my first card show tomorrow morning, so wish me luck on that. In this video today, I'm going to go over the 2025 sales data with you guys. If you're interested in knowing all the nitty-gritty numbers and expenses and everything that comes from this business from my second year in business, then this video is for you. We're going to go over everything. I got it all written down on a note card right here. And before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know that this has been an incredible year for not only me personally, because I got engaged to Summer. We're looking like we're going to get married this year. I got engaged to her. We took a a really good beach vacation this year. It was really, really incredible. It's been an awesome year for business and trading card games in general. Depending on which side you're on, you know, if you're a collector, you've had a really good year because most of your stuff is probably appreciated in value across the board in pretty much every trading card game there is. It can be a little hard to find products at retail right now, which I totally understand is pretty frustrating. But nonetheless, it's been a really, really solid year for pretty much most assets. If you've owned any assets, trading card games, gold, silver, Bitcoin, well, maybe not Bitcoin, but it was really strong for a while there. But the stock market, all the asset classes, you're pretty much up across the board. Really incredible year. I don't think 2026 is going to be any different, especially with TCGs. Pokemon 30th anniversary coming up. Yu-Gi-Oh! Might have a slight resurgence with their full art cards. I don't know if you guys have seen those. If you haven't seen those, look them up. They're pretty sweet. I sell a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously, so I really hope they do something to stand out a little bit better. And it's just going to be a really solid year, and I'm really excited to jump into it and really give 100% effort in this business and see what we can turn it into for 2026. But that's going to have to wait because we're going over 2025 today. So I just want to go ahead and say that this year has been a year of constant expansion. I've been optimizing eBay the best I can, trying to sell less lower value stuff on eBay, more of the higher value. And by higher value, I mean anything $5 or more. I'm probably going to be changing that in 2026 and going for $10 or more on eBay and everything else doing a different way. I'll go over that in just a minute. But it's been a year of constant expansion. We got eBay streamlining. I started my vendors mall booth in September. And TCG player, I started a little late in the year. And obviously, I took the last month or two to get ready for the card show. That is tomorrow. I took the whole month of December to buy all the equipment, all the inventory I could possibly buy up, and everything to get ready for that. So it's been a year of expansion. So with that being said, there's not going to be a whole lot of profit here. Everything got reinvested back into the business. And, excuse me. Everything got reinvested back into the business in order to grow it. And it's probably going to be more or less the same in 2026, but I'm going to go over the numbers with you guys. So first off, I want to say we got triple in sales in 2025 than we did in 2024. This is my second year in business. In 2024, I think I did roughly I think it was 6,000 in sales, maybe 5,000 in sales, something like that. It was a few $1,000s in sales for 2024. And in this year, I hit $17,000 in sales. So a triple value of what we did in 2024. I was really, really excited about that. Obviously, that's not profit. That's not even close to profit. I don't take basically any of that home. Yeah, but the inventory value is also way up. So I've collected a lot of things to add to the collection. I've obviously sold and bought a lot of inventory to flip, and it has grown to a pretty significant value, probably around the $7,000 to $8,000 range. That's just a rough estimate. I haven't taken a full inventory in a while, but probably around that $7,000 to $8,000 range. Whereas last year I was probably in the $4,000 to $5,000 range, maybe less than that. So inventory is growing, sales are growing, And I'm putting everything I possibly can back into this business, because that's kind of the way you have to do it to bootstrap a business. I didn't have a lot of money. In fact, I had zero money starting out to do this. The story is I started by selling. I've been selling on eBay for a while, but on and off over the past few years. But I sold a cell phone, like an old iPhone, like 12 or something like that, for like $120 on eBay. And I used that money to buy some lower value cards to flip my way into this new $8,000 inventory. So really, really happy with success. I don't like to brag too much, but I have completely crushed it on eBay as of this year. So really, really, really happy about it. Let's see, what have I got next here? So inventory is way up in value. We're gonna go over the costs now. So like I said, I hit $17,360 in sales, gross sales. That's across eBay, the booth, TCG player, everything. That's the total gross sales I had. Now, $17,360 costs. The total expenses going out were $16,397 going out to costs. So that's a staggering cost to my gross sales. So there's not much profit there. In fact, the net profit ended up being $962, so less than $1,000. It's about a 5.5% profit margin, which is okay with me right now because I'm expanding. This is put everything back into the business. I don't want a large taxable income. I didn't want a bunch of fees and taxes I'd have to pay at the end of the year. So less than $1,000 net is really good with me, because I hit those really high sales numbers, $17,360 in sales. That's triple what I got last year. The profit is actually triple as well. Last year's profit was like $300 or something. So it's growing. It's just, it takes a lot of time to bootstrap this, but that's okay because I haven't taken hardly anything out of my personal money to fund this. This is 99% funded by business income only. There's only been a couple of times I've had to take like, $50 to $100 out to pay for something to have an opportunity. So not too bad. Less than $1,000 in the net. The staggering cost though is the inventory cost. So $16,397 in total expenses paid, and inventory was $8,360 of that. So that is literally half of my expenses in inventory, and everything else is like sales tax that eBay collected I do have to account for, selling costs, so that's shipping, that's any fees on the platforms, booth rent, all that good stuff is selling costs. I just write all that off in the same category. Supplies, I spent, I'm just going over the numbers with you guys. I told you guys I'd go over all the numbers, so let me backtrack and go over all the numbers with you. Sales taxes eBay collected was $1,113. I had to account for that because eBay throws that into the gross sales, and if I don't, it's just too complicated to track it. Selling costs was $4,385. So that's fees, shipping, basically anything non-supplies and non-inventory that I have to account for this business is in the selling costs. That's a really high amount, honestly, but if you sell on eBay or TCG Player, you're familiar, there are fees you have to pay to be on these platforms. I don't mind paying them because I don't have to develop traffic for my own website. It's a plus to me. I don't mind paying it because it's baked into my price anyway. So yeah, selling costs about $4,385. Supplies, so that's going to be bubble mailers, tape, stickers, penny sleeves, top loaders, all the stuff that goes into me selling this stuff. That's going to be like office equipment. That's going to be, computer. I don't think I bought a new computer this year though, but anything that goes into me having to sell this stuff that's not shipping and fees and all that stuff is in supplies. $2,251. So that's like printer cartridges, toner and all that good stuff, paper, even everything. I track every supplies I buy for this business, no matter how small, and it added up to $2,251. The inventory costed me $8,360. So that is half the total expenses of this business out in inventory, which is okay with me because I grew the inventory a lot, and obviously I don't make this stuff, so I have to buy inventory to sell. That's just how it is. You know, this is not a product that I create, so I buy it to resell it. So that's the numbers, guys. $7,360 in gross sales across all platforms, and cost was $16,397 for a total net profit of $962.84 net. So the question is, can I afford to quit my day job yet to do this? The answer is no, not yet. It will get there. If you want to follow along for this, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can watch me turn this business into a full-time income later on down the road. But 2026 is looking like it's going to be a big year because I got several card shows that I'm booked to do already. I'm going to try and do at least one card show a month. The booth is getting optimized. TCG player, I'm going to be doing a little bit on there, not too much because I don't want to fiddle around with too much lower value stuff. But eBay is going to be higher value only. I'm streamlining the process to increase total sales and obviously raw number profit. Not necessarily a higher percentage profit, but a larger raw profit number is basically what I'm going for there. So 2026 is going to be a big year. If you want to follow along for it, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And that's about all I got. If you guys got any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. I'll try and answer the best I can. With that being said, I'm out, guys. I'll be back with a new one soon. Peace.